Rarely does rain begin with a downpour. A heavy storm usually begins with a trickle of rain. The same is true when it comes to your Pinterest account. There is a snowball effect when you produce quality content. People will share it, and the result will be a gain of followers. It's a process that happens over and over again. Study all of the information Pinterest offers up in their analytics and put it into action. Create high-quality, shareable content that will make your account grow. That right there is the secret to Pinterest success, and it's something that can be scaled and repeated. It's when you're able to scale things up that success on an unimaginable level is possible. It's going to take you some time before influencers see you on the radar. You're not going to open a Pinterest account today and tomorrow be an influencer. It doesn't work that way. You also aren't going to get any attention from influencers in the very beginning. You need to build your account and work hard to make it grow. Once you do all of that, then you're able to team up and work with influencers. They need to see you as an equal or, at the very least, a rising star. If they don't, then you'll never be able to work with them. After you've gained a foothold in your niche, that's when you start to ask influencers if they will work together with you on group boards. You don't want to venture off too far when it comes to who you work with. You might be so eager to collaborate with someone that you'll choose anyone. You're not going to get the type of organic increase in outreach when you do that. People only follow those whose content they are interested in. They aren't going to follow you just because someone tells them to. If they do, they aren't going to interact with your content in a way that is meaningful. If you have a cooking Pinterest account, someone who is into sewing is useless to you. They want to be sold products that will help them sew, and your frying pans are going to hit a dead end. That's not your fault. It's how niche marketing works. You shouldn't think of this as repurposing your content. Instead, think of it as creating content to pin it as many times as possible. You can't waste your time on collaborating with someone, and the result is only one pin. Sure, you can do that if you've got hundreds of thousands of followers, but the average person doesn't have that many. You need content that can be pinned several times in hopes that your efforts will bear some fruit. Be creative and slice up your content in a digestible way that can be pinned multiple times without being overly spammy. You have to be careful when it comes to tagging people, as they may think that you're trying to spam them. You want to tag people sparingly, and only those within your niche. It's also best to only tag those who are familiar with you. It's not a good idea to start tagging people out of the blue in hopes of showing up on their radar. You will end up making too many people mad, and that's not a good way to get noticed. More than anything, what you want is to get the attention of influencers in your niche who carry some weight. The hope is that they will see your pin and repin it. That would be the ultimate success of tagging someone, and it's the main reason why you do it. That is a truth that takes quite a bit of courage to swallow. If you aren't known in your industry, then tagging someone is useless. It can also be seen as spam if you tag people who have no idea who you are. How do you react when people tag you and you have no clue who they are? You ignore the person, and you don't even look at their content. Imagine how you would react if you're an influencer who gets tagged consistently by people they don't know. It would become such a hassle that you wouldn't pay attention to anyone other than those people who you know. That's why you should spend your time making sure people know who you are tagging them. You can tag people who have similar accounts in size to you. As your account grows and your organic traffic increases, then you start to tag the bigger accounts. It's a gradual process, and you can't do anything at all to speed it up. The only way you can decrease the time it takes is by producing a large amount of high-quality content quickly. That's not easy to do if you're working all by yourself. So, the best thing to do is to pace yourself and tag those who have similar-sized accounts. Slowly work your way to the top and help marketers along the way achieve the same goals that you're hoping to achieve. The products that the average online marketer is pushing aren't very expensive. The person who's searching for information about the product probably already has an idea of what it will cost. Beyond that, people rarely care about price as much as marketers think they do. Instead of focusing on price, tell the person how the product or service benefits them. The cost is irrelevant if you're able to convey to the customer how the product will benefit them. No one wants to be told to exercise to lose weight. People want a pill. Your job isn't necessarily to help people overcome their problems. Your job is to give them an easy solution that makes them feel better. Everyone knows that the trick to losing weight is diet and exercise. You'll make a whole lot less money by telling people that than you will promoting the latest diet fad. That's the truth about online marketing. And you have to play the game to make money. People want a condensed solution to their problems that requires the smallest amount of effort possible. It's even better if you can show them some way of having someone else do all the work. If you're in the make money online niche, then find creative ways that people can make money by hiring freelancers and virtual assistants. People will eat that stuff up if they think they'll make money without doing any work at all. That is the very essence of marketing. You have a product, and it's your job to find a way to get people to buy it. The way that most people do it is by giving people enough information so they don't feel like they're getting spammed. So, you provide a large amount of content and pepper it with your affiliate offers. They are more likely to bite if you spend that time telling them the benefits of the product that you're pushing. All of your efforts need to be focused on making sure the end user knows what the benefits are of what you're trying to sell them. Zero in on how the product will make their lives better and never veer off from the message. There is a fine line between spamming and using the right amount of keywords. Some people stuff keywords so much that the text becomes unreadable. They think if they keep spamming the same words over and over again, that somehow it'll work. Things are different today, and Pinterest knows what you're doing. You aren't going to have any success at all if you're spending all of your time trying to fit in as many keywords as your fingers can type. How you avoid doing this is by making sure your text is readable, and also that it contains the right amount of keywords. This is kind of tricky, and it requires you to have a firm knowledge of your niche. Some words are associated with a niche that isn't keywords. Think of these words as supporting actors in a movie. The supporting actor does just what their name claims they do. They support the actor, and in this case, the words support the keywords. If you're familiar with your niche, then you already know what these words are. Pinterest will associate these words with your keywords. Machine learning and artificial intelligence are used by Pinterest to rank your pins. Pinterest can read your description, and it looks for the supporting words to know what your pins are about. Sometimes you have to put something down and revisit it. Take a look at your titles and descriptions to make sure you're not keyword spamming. Another important point is that you can't be so afraid that you don't put the right amount of keywords in your description. It takes experience to pull this off, and you'll have to have a few thousand pins under your belt to know if you're keyword stuffing. You will need to pay close attention to your analytics to see what content is performing best. There is no fast lane to success in Pinterest, and you've got to do the dance when it comes to knowing the right amount of keywords to use in a description. Quite a few of you reading this are about to become shocked. Did you know Saturday mornings is when Pinterest receives the most visitors? It's surprising that everyone flocks to Pinterest all at the same time, it seems. That means you've got to be prepared for the weekend when it gets here. Every week you should spend a considerable amount of time making sure that you have plenty of pins scheduled for Saturday morning. If you don't, then you're missing out on a considerable amount of traffic. Almost all of you are targeting customers in America and maybe also Canada. If you're nowhere near these two countries, then you're way out of their time zone. Sure, you can stay awake all night long and post while people in America are waking up. Don't make the mistake of being a tightwad while trying to save a few bucks. Spend the money on a service to post your pins for you when it's Saturday morning in the USA. It's a small investment that will cost you the same price as a takeout meal per month. The tiny amount of money you spend every month on a service to schedule your pins will pay off for itself on Saturdays alone. You want to hit a home run on Saturday mornings. Pin your very best stuff on Saturday mornings. Save the good stuff for then. It doesn't make sense right now if you've not been on Pinterest long enough to know how invaluable Saturday mornings are. Go ahead and post your very best pins on Saturday morning and pay attention to your analytics. The numbers don't lie, and they will tell you why it's so important to make sure you're posting during this one extraordinary time of the week. Being organized is key to success, and there's no reason why you can't plan for the weekend throughout the week. By taking your eye off of the ball, you're missing out on a massive source of free, high-quality traffic that converts into customers. Infographics have a way of rearing their heads up every few years. Just when you think infographics are dead, somehow they come back to life. Everyone reading this probably thinks that infographics died a few years ago. Nothing could be further from the truth, as infographics still play an important role in quickly conveying information. The information in an infographic is absorbed rapidly and turned into something actionable. The combination of graphics and words make a more profound impact than words alone. Everyone is always worried about how they can get organic followers without breaking the rules on Pinterest. The way you do that is by creating content that people are likely to repin. Infographics should play a vital role in your organic growth strategy. People will repin your infographics, and that will drive new users to follow you. People have this idea that if they make enough noise on Pinterest, that people will automatically follow them. It doesn't work that way at all. You have to put the work in to get people to follow you. The best and most effective way of doing that is by creating content that others repin. Everyone loves infographics, and they will repin yours if you do a good job at making them. Let's say that you're busy, or you don't have the skills required to create infographics that will get repins. Not all hope is lost. You can easily find someone to make the infographics for you. Hire a few different people and see who makes the best infographics. Stick with the person who makes the best infographics in the shortest amount of time. If you're not in a hurry, it's even better. Good graphic designers tend to be backed up for days or even weeks. By placing your order in advance, you'll ensure that they have the time to produce infographics for you. Also, you'll be able to save some money since most designers charge extra if you want your infographics right away. It's easy to burn through a lot of time on social media. Pinterest is a lot like the other social networking sites in that there's a ton of interesting stuff on it. It's possible to end up wasting all day looking at stuff that doesn't benefit you at all. You also have a business to run, and you might not have the time to do the required 30 pins a day for Pinterest success. If this describes you, then it's time you think about hiring someone to run your account for you.